Steve Jones from the Hardscape channel, here with Gary Stowe. Stowe Contracting in California. We don't always get a lot of left coast people here.
It's a bit of a trek.
It is a trek, and we certainly appreciate the extra effort that you have to go through to get here and participate in the paver industry. Now here we are at our annual meeting for the Interlocking Concrete Pavement Institute in Indianapolis. Gary, you came off a couple of committees this meeting, or was that someone else?
Someone else.
Oh, okay, you're still on the committee.
Yeah, I seem to be gaining more of them.
Well, you're a real trooper, and we got to thank you for that. And what committees are you serving on?
Government Affairs, that's a standing committee, and there's Education, and then there's Construction. And then subcommittees, I'm on the Chapters Subcommittee, the Contractor Education Subcommittee, and one other.
You've really got a full plate.
It tends to keep me occupied.
Well, you know what they say about idle hands. Well, Gary, you know, one of the things that we always like to talk about is getting contractors involved. There are local, regional, national ways to get involved. What would you tell our viewers that don't get involved?
Well, see, I see it as more than just getting involved. I see it as giving back to your industry. If you work and you're involved in this industry, there's a lot that's gone on before you. There's been others that have fought the battles that you no longer have to fight. It wasn't too long ago that we almost lost pavers and sidewalks because of the ADA requirements about anti-vibration, and if ICPI hadn't stepped up and done the research and counteracted that, there'd be no pavers and sidewalks.
That's true, and that was an important thing, and we're still not done with that battle.
Oh, yeah, well, it's starting over with newer, higher demands. But if our predecessors had not become involved, had not supported their trade association, that battle would have been lost.
And that was a joint effort by ICPI and the Brick Industry Association.
Yes.
And because that's some of these old classic places like in Boston and stuff, it's a battleground.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you recommend to contractors that are going, I don't have time for that, or let someone else do the heavy lifting, let it all, I'll reap the, and sorry fellas, but you don't just get to sit back and reap the benefits of everyone else's hard work. Sometimes you got to step up and help.
Well, in the very basic, join your trade association. All that costs is some money. And
That's
to join
easy.
as a non-voting contractor for ICPI is $250 or something like that.
Big deal.
That's cheap. All you've got to do, but that supports your trade association. That's the first step in doing that. And then from there, if you want to become involved, join a local chapter or join the association on a local basis. We have a chapter in Northern California. I found the benefits I gained from that so far outweigh all the money that it cost me. It was just tremendous. I know all the manufacturers now, I know all the representatives, I know the distributors, I know the contractors in the area, and we have become better friends and better competitors because of that. I no longer can put down Joe about the way he does things because I know Joe and I know he's serious about it and he's doing his best. So there's other battles that can be fought along that line, and there's so much you can do just on the local level.
So by sharing and working together, as even though you may be competitors, you can help raise the benchmark for quality and stuff in that market.
No question about it. If you know the other competitors there, it's one thing to beat them out and do that. But if you know they're watching over your shoulder and are evaluating each other's work, we always do that. It pushes you to go that extra step to make sure that nobody can fault you, because you know you're going to hear about it if it happens. So, big benefit to that.
And do you find? Let me ask a question, since we don't have a chapter in the middle part of the country where I'm based, but is there value in the chapter when it comes time to talk to local municipalities and government officials in that market area? Do you have a voice with them as a chapter?
We haven't gotten that far where we're that sophisticated, but what it does help is when there's a problem, say in my area, Monterey area, I can talk to someone up in the Livermore area that's already gone through that process, and we can work through how they developed it. It's just, it broadens your horizon on the assets that you have available to you. And it starts to explain to the different jurisdictions what's happening elsewhere too. Because we bring in local municipal officials, public works officials and things like that. It's been very beneficial for both sides.
Well, that's good. That's really a good thing. I wish there were more chapters. I mean, I heard some changes in the committee here in Indianapolis that they're going to allow a little more autonomy for content and stuff for the chapters, and I hope that goes through, because I believe that's important, because every chapter needs to feed the needs of their specific market.
Well, it brings ICPI to the local level. Don't get me wrong, going to the annual meetings, the biannual meetings, for me has been fantastic. It's wonderful to see what goes on in the meetings, because you know a year and a half, 2 years down the road, that's the information that's going to be coming back to you. And you're already aware of it, you see it coming. But on the local level, I lost my train of thought.
That's okay.
I hope you can edit this.
Maybe not.
What was I saying? The local level, you can participate. Oh, damn it.
Well, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many things that we discuss here at these meetings, and you know what? It's really now you and I can get on the phone anytime and talk to people that we know. But it's so much better when you can have our casual get-togethers in the lobby and stuff, and have our own little round table with people that have such vast knowledge and experience that it's incalculable, the value of that experience when we have access to it like that. And you know, here these meetings are fine. They're a little bit stodgy, a little bit intimidating when you first come. Easy to get over as long as you let us know you're the contractor. I mean, we'll take care of you. But you've also taken on the well. Let's get into another quick interview later about H&A, Hardscape North America. So Gary, you've been a huge proponent since your involvement in ICPI, and how long has that been now?
I became a non-voting contractor in the early 90s. I think it was like the second year that ICPI formed. Pretty well silent until some of the chapter issues came along, and then I became more involved and moved on to the national meetings. So
it's been an evolution for you too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want to thank you so much for all your hard work and your dedication to the cause, to help raise the bar, to help other contractors do better.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you. This is Steve Jones with Gary Stowe, Hardscape Channel, signing out.